Hi, this is Marvelous Mark here from the Off the Rope Show, and I'm now getting ready to start my predictions for the East bracket of the 2012 NCAA tournament. First off, we will start with the number one seed Syracuse against UNC Asheville. Syracuse just found out that Fab Melo is going to be eligible for the tournament, but it won't matter in this game because I think that Chris Joseph and Scoop Jardine are going to be too much for this team, and I think they will advance. Okay, next you have the 8-9 matchup between Kansas State and Southern Miss. Southern Miss is coached by former Iowa State coach Larry Eustachy, who's got them back in the tournament for the first time since 1991. Kansas State is led by Jordan Enriquez on the inside and Rodney Magruder shooting from the outside. And I think Kansas State did lay an egg in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, but you can't underestimate them because they did beat Missouri twice. So I think just on that note alone, I think Kansas State will win this game, although I think it'll be a close game. Okay, next you have the 5-12 matchup between Vanderbilt, who won the SEC tournament by defeating number one Kentucky, and they were playing Harvard, who was making their first tournament appearance since 1946. Yes, 1946. And they are coached by former Duke assistant Tommy Amaker, and Vanderbilt I think will win this game just because of the momentum that they're taking in from the SEC tournament, and I think I could see them going a long way in this tournament. I really could. Okay, next you have the 4-13 matchup between Wisconsin and Montana. Montana is led by Will Cherry, who has scored in double digits every game but 3 this year. But I think Wisconsin will be too tough with their tough defense and Jordan Taylor running things, and I think Wisconsin will advance in this one. Okay, next you have the 6-11 matchup between Cincinnati and Texas. Texas is led by Jacobin Brown. And if he's playing good, Texas kind of goes the way he goes. If he's playing well, then they usually have a shot to win. But I think Cincinnati behind Yancey Gates is rebounding. I think they're going to win this game. Next you have the 3-14 matchup between Florida State and St. Bonaventure. Yes, the Bonnies made it after winning the A-10 tournament. But I tell you what, Florida State got no favors from the selection committee because they could just as easily lose this game as blow them out. But really, if you're Florida State and you beat a Duke twice in the season and North Carolina 2 times, you're doing something right. So I think Florida State will win this game. Okay, next is the 7-10 matchup between Gonzaga and West Virginia. Gonzaga is led by Kevin Pangos, who's their freshman guard. And West Virginia has a double man. In fact, he led the team in both rebounding and scoring as Kevin Jones. And I honestly didn't think West Virginia deserved to get in this tournament either. This is just my own opinion, but I think Gonzaga will win this game before West Virginia goes into the Big 12 next year. Okay, next you have Ohio State against Loyola Maryland, who's making their first appearance in the tournament since 1994. Ohio State's going to be too much for this team with William Buford and Jared Sullinger. I don't see this as a game, so I think Ohio State will advance. Okay, the round of 32 matchup starts with Syracuse against Kansas State. I think Kansas State with Chris Joseph and Scoop Jardine and their 2-3 defense, I think that'll probably be enough to beat Kansas State, but it could just well be a really good game itself too. So, but I have Syracuse winning this game. So, next is a matchup between Vanderbilt and Wisconsin. I think Vanderbilt will win this game behind John Jenkins and Festus Ezeli, who's just coming off a injury and he's rounding back into form. And I think it should be a really good game, but I think Vanderbilt will come out on top. Okay, next you have the Cincinnati against Florida State matchup. It's 3 against the 6. Florida State, I believe, wins this game behind Michael Snare and Davidas Dolkes. I think that's how you say his first name, but I think Florida State will advance. I've got them going a long way, as you'll find out later on. And then finally, we have Gonzaga against Ohio State, which I believe, if Gonzaga is not making their threes in this game, I don't think they're going to have much of a shot against Ohio State with Sullinger and Buford. But I really think Ohio State's going to win this game. And then you start with the Sweet 16 matchups. It'll be Syracuse against Vanderbilt. Even though Fab Melo's going to be out of this game, he's ineligible for the tournament. I still think they'll beat Vanderbilt, although I think it's going to be really close. And I think Syracuse will advance unless Vanderbilt's hitting their threes against the 2-3 zone. But typically it doesn't happen against Syracuse, just because Syracuse they just play a tough 2-3 zone, and that's what they're known for. And I think Syracuse will advance. And then the other Sweet 16 matchup in this region, you got Florida State against Ohio State. I think Florida State will win this game just because Michael Snare, I think he's going to be playing a big role in this game against, well, Jared Sullinger I'm sure he'll get his points too, but I think Florida State is one of the most experienced teams on the field, and I think that's going to come through in this matchup. So Florida State goes the Elite Eight. And now finally here's the Elite Eight matchup I have. It's Syracuse against Florida State. I think Fab Melo's absence in this game will be huge, because I don't think they'll. I think Syracuse will really miss them in this game. I think Florida State will advance, and they're going to be going to party down in New Orleans as part of the Final Four. All right, so that covers the East bracket of the tournament. Stay tuned next time for my predictions for the Midwest bracket. And this is Marvelous Mark signing off for now. Since 2010, we here at the Off Road Show have been entertaining ourselves while you watch us. Good night, everybody.